Hello everybody and welcome to Thursday's Thought. Well, earlier this month it was National Mental Health Day, and I spent the day with some of our air cadets and did some sessions with them. And when we were talking together about mental health, these were some of the things that they cited. They spoke about the pressure of school life. They spoke about college pressure, peer support, bullying, just to name a few things that our youngsters today are having to face, and they're saying that it is affecting their mental health. It was a tough conversation that I had with them, but I was so glad and privileged to be a part of that. Now, the Bible doesn't actually refer to mental health, but it does speak a lot about a person's emotion, their heart, their mind, and their soul. And it seemed to me that we all need to take care of our mental health. Anybody can struggle with it, whether you're young or old, a believer, unbeliever, we can all struggle. And if you are somebody who struggles with your mental health, just know that you are not alone. In the Bible, there is a prophet, Elijah. And during a difficult time, he just felt like giving up. And in the book of Acts, we can read this about him. Elijah went on a day's journey into the wilderness. He came to a bush, sat down under it, and prayed that he might die. "I have had enough, Lord," he said. "Take my life. I am no better than my ancestors." Well, God did not take Elijah's life, but rather he gave him the strength to keep going. God helped Elijah by providing him with a good nap and a good meal. After Elijah had eaten and slept, he was ready to continue the work that God had asked him to do. Now, taking a nap or eating a good meal might not help everyone. And I find myself thinking in this account, we are being taught a lesson. Take care of yourself. Eat food that will nourish, value sleep, and generally be aware of your needs. Does this sound selfish? No, I think not. When we look after ourselves, I think we are honouring God. When I was with the air cadets, I invited them to make a paper chain. Now, it may seem like a childish thing to do when you're with teenagers up to people in their early 20s, but it seemed an important part of my evening with them. So on strips of paper, I asked them to write down an experience or an account in their life when either they had given kindness to another person or they had received kindness. Well, as soon as the strips of paper were given out along with the pens, a silence fell over the room as they got on with it for a few minutes. I wandered around and read some of the things that they wrote, and oh my goodness me, it was really, really humbling. We made quite a big chain, and I just said to them, well, maybe when I come in future, I'll make sure that chain is available and we'll add to it. They all kind of grunted at me, so I took that to be a good sign that yes, they'd like to continue doing that. But I wonder, what could help you or I with our mental health? To pray? Absolutely. Read the Bible? Well, yes, of course. And in an article in Psychology Today, I stumbled across this. It said, prayer can have a positive impact on recovery from mental illness and also on the well-being of people without mental illness. Additionally, these studies indicate that regular prayer can be especially important to those who are lonely or socially isolated. Prayer. Prayer can help us to be kind to ourselves. Now, going back to the cadets. Not only did they make paper chains, but I also showed them an advert from the 1980s. I'm showing my age now. You might remember it. There is on the screen a very attractive rabbit who sees the beaver beavering away, and she says to the beaver, "Why are you beavering around?" The beaver immediately stops, falls instantly in love with the rabbit, and the rabbit suggests that the beaver stops and takes a look at a certain chocolate bar. And she describes this chocolate bar as being thick, rich chocolate with a gooey caramel inside. Nice. And have one of these bars of chocolate, she says. And as you do it, just take it easy. So I showed the cadets this advert, and then I gave said chocolate bar to them. I was instantly popular at that point. But in it, I was really trying to say to them, when life is challenging, when it's not great, when you feel under pressure and maybe your mental health is beginning to struggle, just stop, pause, take a moment to look around you and take it easy with this chocolate bar. So for you and I, what should we do? Well, we need to continue to read the Bible. We need to continue to pray because we know that prayer is good for us. But we also perhaps need to do what I'm about to do now. I'm going to say goodbye, and then I'm going to put the kettle on, perhaps open up one of the leftover chocolate bars that I fortunately have, and I'm going to take a moment just to pause. Why don't you go and do something similar with or without said chocolate bar? After all, God wants each and every one of us to live the best life possible. Right, have a lovely rest of the day. Bye for now.